Welcome to Whistles. I'm your host, Show Chad. We just had breaking news just a couple hours ago, and I was kind of late to the party because I was listening to some podcasts because I thought at no point today were we going to have a college realignment thing happen. Because earlier today, you heard that, Pac-12 is they were getting closer with their Apple deal, which I don't get the Apple deal. But anyways, I'm reading my cell phone as I'm leaving work. I'm going, huh. What's this ESPN notification? I know that the Tigers haven't started early because I do a Detroit sports podcast. Oregon and Washington are coming to the Big Ten. What the hell? Now, I know there's a lot of people that are like classic Big Ten fans, and they are going, what the hell is this conference becoming? And honestly, if you're going to ask me, I have no idea either, guys. I don't know what the Big Ten is becoming. And adding Oregon and Washington for them being great programs, great. The stadiums they have are great. Washington looks phenomenal with that bay, unbelievable. USC, UCLA. If you would have told me 4 years ago that the Big Ten was going to add USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington, I would have told you were absolutely stupid. But here we are. Here we are. And if you ask me, what spearheaded this movement to bring these teams to the Big Ten? And if you want the truth and the analytical response, Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC spearheaded this and made the Big Ten go. We have to go full force on someone right now. Like, we have to go get a nationally prominent brand and bring them to the Big Ten. Because if you're thinking from the Big Ten perspective, when they heard that Oklahoma and Texas were going to the SEC, we gotta become the predator before we become the prey. We start losing teams. The Big Ten has a huge media market hold. You think about it. Rutgers brings in the New York market. Maryland brings in the DC market. Northwestern brings in the Chicago market. You have, when you add UCLA and USC, you bring in the LA market. Now you're bringing in the Seattle market. Like, look, this doesn't help anybody. No one cares. Like, no one absolutely cares about the way that Oregon and Washington are coming to the Big Ten, because it's kind of sad, because it's probably the death nail in the college football as we know it. Because I really do think that college football is going to turn itself into its own business. I think that with NIL, with the coaches getting paid, with the transfer portal, I think that, like, it's gone totally out of control. I think that the NCAA has not helped us at all. Has not helped to bring perspective and bring guidance to this whole process of the portal and the NIL. And I think that eventually you're going to see two super conferences, and then you have like maybe a couple divisions or something like that. But it's obviously going to be the Big Ten and the SEC that are just going to roll over everyone, because the Big Ten has the contract money with the TV deal. SEC is the SEC, and the rest of these conferences, they're playing catch up. And the Big Ten adding USC and UCLA, the SEC adding Texas and Oklahoma. I mean, it doesn't matter who you add to your conference right now. If you're the Big 12, you have no nationally prominent brands. None. I mean, who is the nationally prominent brand in the Big 12 right now? Colorado? Because Deion Sanders? Who's the national prominent brand there? ACC, they're on the final death notice too. You hear about Florida and Clemson trying to see if they can get out of the ACC. Would be critical, because the one team that the ACC cannot lose, if they want to stay around as a conference, is Clemson and Florida State, and Miami, if you want to be technical. But I know no one likes this. I don't like the Big Ten pretty much poaching conferences. But when we look at this team and we look at this whole spectrum of what the SEC and the Big Ten are doing, it's basically the survival of the fittest. And the Pac-12 is going to go bye-bye. The Big 12 eventually will go bye-bye. And ACC, what happens with Clemson, North Carolina, and Miami? That's going to be a big question. And it sucks because, as if you're a college football historian, you love college football, you know, seeing Nebraska not play Missouri, seeing, Texas not play Nebraska, you know, we were heading down this road no matter what. We were heading down this road no matter what. No matter what happens, we were heading down this road. So to see Oklahoma in Texas and the SEC, to see USC and UCLA and Oregon and Washington and the Big Ten, it doesn't make any sense to the normal college football fan. But what's made sense about college football the last couple years? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing's made sense. We look at everything from an analytical perspective. We look at everything from a perspective of what does this do for the conference? This doesn't do anything for the conference. I mean, if I'm a school like Indiana, if I'm a school like Illinois, well, maybe not Illinois, but Northwestern, I'm a school like Rutgers. Why? Like, it's getting harder for me now. And if you're in the state of Michigan, which most of my audience is, Michigan, they're going to be fine. Michigan State's going to be fine. They're both, top 25 revenue clearing programs, and they are legit big boys in the game. But when you look at the whole reality of the Big Ten, there's going to be a lot of schools who are going to be basically perpetual losers. And that sucks. That really does suck for the Big Ten, because you add in Oregon, you add in Washington, they got the money, they got the stadium. USC, tradition, stadium, money. UCLA, stadium, money. Sucks. But what the Big Ten is doing is just trying to survive. Just like the SEC. The SEC made their first move to get Texas and Oklahoma, and the Big Ten said, "Screw it. Let's go get USC and UCLA." And then when the opportunity presented itself, let's go get Oregon and Washington. And I don't think that they're done by any means. I don't think that the Big Ten is completely done. I think they're going to keep adding. I think SEC is going to keep adding. And if you want the total standpoint, I think if the SEC was smart, they go after Clemson, because right now Clemson's looking like they want to get out of the ACC. And look, eventually we're going to see super conferences, maybe 2, maybe 3. That's it. We're basically heading towards professional college football, if we weren't already. It's a sad state of affairs when the NCAA, which was the governing body of college football and college athletics, is basically useless right now. You don't even need to use them anymore. The fact that they're still suspending people over cheeseburgers and Zoom workouts is crazy, because we have teams paying ludicrous amounts of money for recruits. So, look, when your sport is asking for the U.S. government to save them in terms of NIL and the transfer portal, you hit rock bottom. And the only way this is going to come back up is if the college football pretty much regulates itself as its own entity. And it sucks. Money rules everything, unfortunately. And here is a great showcase of why money could really destroy teams. And it sucks. It really does. And we're going to see what's going to happen with it, because obviously there's more dominoes to fall. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're going to keep you up to date with all the Big Ten news that are coming in. But this is just insane. It's out of left field for me. And I didn't think I'd be making this video today, so it's pretty crazy to get Oregon and Washington to the conference. I think Michigan had a game against Washington in like 2085 or something like that. That won't be happening now. So we will see you in the next video. If you're new, if you're a national fan, we're going to do some national content when we get to the college football, so stay tuned to that. Subscribe to the channel. And for all my local talent and my local teams, Michigan State, it's really kind of eye-opening to have a Big Ten foe, UCLA, coming to Spartan Stadium, and a Big Ten foe in Oregon come to Michigan Stadium in the not too distant future. And that's going to be pretty strange to watch. We will see you in the next video. This is Between the Whistles Detroit. I'm Joe Chap, and I will see you in the next video.